Hi guys, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how to live your softest life on any income. So if that sounds good, stay tuned. Hi everyone, for those of you new here, my name is Bonnie, and here on this channel we talk about all the ways that we as Black women are learning and unlearning while living well and staying moisturized. So if that sounds good to you, which I hope it does, please hit the like button and the notification button so that you don't miss any of my videos. And without further ado, let's get into how we can live the softest life ever, no matter how much money we make. So I got this idea from a video I was watching. I'm going to look at my notes because I want to put some respect on the video's name. It was called How to Actually Live a Soft Life. Real Tips to Live a Soft Life While Working Full-Time by a YouTuber called KristiDoingThings. I will link the video in the description below. Please watch it. I thought it was really good. And I wanted to add on to that conversation because I think that a lot of the times when we think about soft life, right, especially if you are online, as a lot of us are, you know, we think about what, getting flued out, having a millionaire partner, dining at expensive places, and having luxury and designer items. And while all of those things can be signifiers of a well-lived life, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have a soft life, even if you are living that dream, right, of having a millionaire spouse and, you know, jet setting into all these places. A lot of us, if I can speak for us, those things sound great, but I think that we're actually interested in living a life that is joyful, that is beautiful, that is full of ease. We're interested in living a life that is so wonderful that it has no choice but to just kind of like seep out of us, right? We want to live a life that is so well lived that other people can see that joy and that happiness, and they don't even know where you got it from, right? They just see you living your best life. I think a lot of us are just interested in living a life that we're really happy for and really immensely grateful to, right? I think a lot of us are interested in living a life full of joy and happiness and freedom and being able to do the things that we want and live a life of ease and joy no matter our circumstances. I hope that some of these tips that I talk about helps you inch towards the life that you really want for yourself, because we deserve. So when I think about living a soft life, I kind of think about it in three pillars. The first pillar is cultivating ease. The second pillar is making way for joy. And the third pillar is appreciating beauty. So let's get into cultivating ease. For me, when I think about ease, I think about what are some of the things I can do to make my life for future me easier and present me easier as well. Because I'm also interested in living a life of ease right here, right now. My first tip is creating a routine, and not just any routine, y'all. A routine that we actually enjoy. So for example, if you are a night owl and you go to sleep at 2 a.m. and you want to join a run club and they start running at 5 a.m., sis, maybe not the best routine for you. I know that run clubs are very popular now, but a lot of times we are forcing ourselves into routines that other people say are great without necessarily thinking about our own body and our natural rhythms and honestly the things that we like to do. And for me, I love ChatGPT for plenty of reasons, but ChatGPT actually can help you create a routine that you like if you tell it what are some of the things you like to do. And so for me, one of the things I love to do is journaling. So I have space in my routine where I journal at least once or twice a week. Journaling is not an everyday practice for me. I tried I feel like a lot of pressure if I do it every day, but once or twice a week works perfectly for me. Also, in my routine, I like to do something either every day, every week. I try to make it consistent. I try to do something that kind of reminds me that like there's life and life has a bunch of little pleasures, right? I like to have like a cup of tea or have like my smoothie or have something for breakfast and play some like bossa nova music or some like Afrobeats, lo-fi, something to kind of really set the tone for the day and put me in a good mood. And this can vary depending on who you are and how busy you are. So for example, if you're a mom, do you have time in between dropping off the kids at school and working to take out 5 minutes out of your day to have a cup of tea or to have some coffee? If you're one of my work from home girlies or my 9 to 5 girlies, can you carve out time in your calendar to step outside? Maybe you might not have enough time to take a walk, but do you have enough time to step outside your home and kind of stretch and breathe and look at a tree, something, right? I always try to include little bits and pieces of just little delights, I like to call them, little pleasures. They don't have to be anything big, but anything that just reminds me that like life can be good and that I deserve to have a little pleasure, because we all do, right? Another tip, my second tip, is exercise. Now I know some of y'all are like, there's nothing easeful about exercise, and I get that. The key here again is to try to find something that you like. I love to walk. I love to walk. I really enjoy weightlifting. I enjoy volleyball, even though I'm not that good at it anymore. And you will never see me doing CrossFit or spin, because I've never done CrossFit. I've done spin. I did not enjoy it. The key is to find exercise that you enjoy and stick to it, because when I think about ease, I want to think about physical ease too, right? I want to think about some of the things that I can do to make sure that my body is running well and to make sure that my body is healthy. So for me, I take a walk a few days a week, but I also stretch every morning. And every morning's part of my routine. I'll put on some sound bowl music from Spotify and I'll just do some gentle stretches for 5 to 10 minutes. I try not to rush through them. I try to take that time to really just sit within my body and just think about the day and just to have my body moving and, make it a little bit limber just off the day. My third tip in terms of cultivating ease is keeping a well-stocked pantry. Now for me, my pantry consists of canned fish, a couple of variety of beans, coconut milk. I always have tomatoes and onions on hand. Your pantry may look different depending on your culture. For example, I'm West African. We always have tomatoes and onions on hand and some kind of canned fish. But I really love keeping a well-stocked pantry because sometimes you don't want to cook. And this is coming from somebody that loves to cook. I love to cook. I don't love to cook all the time. And sometimes I just want to throw something on the stove for 15 to 20 minutes and have it be done. I am also team leftovers. I try to make food and have enough for 1 to 3 days. I don't like eating the same thing for like more than 3 days. It's a weird personal thing. But sometimes it's nice to have a home cooked meal without having to do anything more than to just heat it up in the microwave or the toaster oven. So before I go into my fourth tip, let me know, what are some things that you want to incorporate into your routine, but you don't think you can? There are some things that we may not be able to incorporate fully, but let me know below, because maybe there's a way we can incorporate a little bit of that. And I'm happy to help and, kind of throw some ideas out there with you. So let me know. All right, my fourth tip, which goes under making way for joy, is thinking about what and who brings you joy. Don't just think about it, but write it out as well. So for me, it's hanging out with my friend, taking my Spanish class, indulging in new hobbies, taking walks. I say write it down because it's a lot of times it's easier to just, kind of think about the things that bring us joy and we don't write it down. But there's something powerful about putting pen to paper. There's something powerful about seeing the things that make you joyful that kind of puts something in your heart to work on it. My fifth tip, let me look down at my notes. Yes, fifth tip on living the softest life you can on any income is doing nice things for yourself. And I know a lot of times in the soft life world, this can mean, buying yourself a Gucci purse or taking yourself out to a lavish dinner or a lavish vacation. And, if you want to, that's fine. If you don't have the means for that right now, or if honestly that stuff isn't your thing, which is okay too, think about things that you can do that are really nice for yourself. So going back to what I said about inserting little delights throughout your day, sometimes I like to do like a girls' night in. I'll cook something that I haven't made in a while or something that I'm kind of craving. So a lot of times that's pasta. So I'll make myself some pasta, maybe grab a bottle of wine, I'll play some music, I'll have like candlelight dinner, and I am basically romancing myself. But it's just really fun to like do something nice for myself. Sometimes that can mean taking a long shower. That can mean hanging out with a friend that you haven't seen in a while, a friend that really lifts you up. It can mean a lot of things. As long as you feel like it's benefiting you, then you're doing something nice for yourself. A sixth tip, or can this go on to 5? We don't know, but I'm gonna say it anyway. My favorite one is indulge in your creativity. There are so many things we tell ourselves that we can't do or we don't have the time to do. When, if we really think about it, we have not given ourselves permission to even try. We haven't given ourselves permission to even think about the first steps when we want to pursue a new hobby or creative endeavor. And one resource that I feel like is kind of underutilized is the library. The library is a treasure trove of information when you want to indulge in a new hobby. I've seen libraries offer everything from 3D printing to sewing classes to podcasting and vlogging to yoga, all for free. And I feel that a lot of times we feel that our hobbies can be cost prohibitive or expensive, and they don't necessarily have to be. If you want to try something new in terms of fitness, ClassPass has a free trial that you can use for a month to kind of try things out. There's everything on YouTube. I love YouTube, obviously. I'm a YouTuber. But YouTube University is real, right? Everything from weightlifting to yoga to Pilates to cardio, using Afro beats, everything. Not everything, maybe. Maybe everything's on YouTube. There is a lot of things on YouTube. And I want to show you guys something because I do take my advice. So recently I got into embroidery and I spent less than $20 on Amazon to get all the supplies. And I went to the thrift store, and I'll talk a little bit about thrifting later. And I found this vintage designer men's shirt, all new tags, never been worn. And I made something. I made this super cute asymmetrical crop top. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to like, I don't know how the girlies do this, but I did this very cute embroidery project. And this shirt, I think, only cost me like $6. See, that's just an example of a way that you can indulge yourself in a new hobby without having to spend a ton of money for it. So my 6th or 7th tip at this point, who's counting, is practicing gratitude. I know we hear this all the time, but studies actually show that when you acknowledge and appreciate all the good you have in your life, it makes you healthier. And one way that I put this into action is my gratitude jar. So I have this jar here, and every time I feel grateful for something, big or small, I put it in here. And at the end of the year, I open up this jar and I read all of the things that I have been grateful for throughout the year. And this is a great grounding practice for me. Some years have been better than others. We all have our good years and our bad years. But it's really lovely to go back and kind of reminisce about all the good things that I forgot, all like the little things that I loved. So yeah, gratitude jar. And also make it a point to let people know that I am grateful for them in real life and to let them know often. I am not shy to tell friends and family that I love them. I am not shy in expressing my appreciation for people. And I think that's really important because, we always talk about giving people their flowers too late. This is an easy way for you to give people their flowers today. It's just to let people know that you appreciate them and that you love them. Call, text, a postcard, email, do what you gotta do. But definitely let people know that you are grateful for them. It's a really easy way to make someone's day and to remind them that they are loved and cherished on this earth. So my last two tips have to do with cultivating beauty. I'm gonna note down on my notes, y'all. 7th or 8th tip is being out in nature. And I know some of us are nature girlies. I like to cosplay hiking myself. I like to pretend like I'm a hiker and I'm not. But sometimes taking a little hot girl walk in your neighborhood is all that you really need to just kind of feel better, right? And just to be more present in your body. I love going to botanical gardens. And if you live in a city that has botanical gardens, definitely go. A lot of them are either free or low cost. Even if you're not a nature girly, simply just going outside and just like looking at a tree helps. I know that sounds crazy, but like nature is really, really therapeutic. And I think we tend to forget that, My last tip is all about bringing beauty to you. Whether that is sprucing up your space or experimenting with your style a little bit, going a little bit outside your comfort zone. And I know in this economy, almost recession, who knows what's going to go on? It's an election year. A lot of times we kind of get stuck on how to make our places seem more like us, seem personal. And shopping for things can get pretty daunting once you start calculating how expensive things can be. And for me, I love the thrift store. I have found everything from, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I have like this really pretty vintage gold necklace that I got for less than $10. It was a steal. I've gotten some of my decorations from thrift stores. Facebook Marketplace is also a great place to find really great things. Not having the money that you would like to have doesn't mean that you don't get to have the life that you want. Doesn't mean that you can't get to decorate your space the way you want. Doesn't mean that you can't have the style that you want. The thrift store is great for that. I found some amazing things. Checking out thrift stores, consignment shops, estate sales are a great way to find things that speak to you, that speak to your personal style, that can help beautify your space, that can help you experiment, all without breaking the bank. Yeah, I have found, in addition to this necklace, I have found beautiful Japanese silk scarves, vintage, 100% leather bags. I mean, you name it, I have found it. I hope this is encouraging you to realize that we can all live a soft life. Like, it's not just for the girlies who have money. Like, we all can do it. and to hopefully kind of expand and look at some resources that maybe you never thought about in terms of living a life that is full of joy and full of ease. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending time with me again. And if you like this video, A, hit the like button, and B, share this with someone who is also looking for some actionable, tangible tips on living a real soft life. Let me know in the comments below, what are some of the things you feel like you need to have in order to live a soft life? Is it more time? Is it more hobbies? Is it doing something new? I'm just throwing some things out there, but let me know, because I'm really curious to know how you guys feel about soft life. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss anything. And until next week, until we see each other again, take care, love you all, and talk to you soon. Bye.